back and we are showing you guys our favorite go-to holiday glam looks. We are wearing a couple of them.
Why do I look really pale? Is that just me?
No, I look pale too. I'm going for the Snow White Christmas. I'm dreaming of a white Christmas. That's my theme. I like to have a theme when I'm doing it.
So we are showing you some of our favorite holiday glam looks. Lindsay has beautiful, bold lips for the holidays. Amy did a smoky eye. So I was like, oh, I'll just fix my hair and show them what I did to my hair. So I just recently decided I would chop it off.
Looks so
good. You know, a little moment, hormonal moment, and you just make some decisions there. So I've kind of played around this past week with 3 different curling techniques. I've used a 1-inch, I've used a 1 1/4 inch curling iron, and then today I used a 1-inch flat iron. A lot of people are scared to curl your hair with a flat iron, but Amy walks in the door and goes, hey, your hair looks piecey, and that's the goal with a flat iron, is to make your hair more piecey and not fall into one lump curl. So a lot of people don't want to invest in a Chi flat iron, but y'all, I have had this, I can't remember if I've had it 8 or 10 years.
Oh,
but
wow.
that's a long
That's so
time.
long.
And that is so worth, I mean, I think you can get these for around 100, maybe a little bit less. Mine has some lovely stuff on it. You can tell it's been used and loved, but it is so worth that money because I'm telling you, in that amount of time, you would have bought multiple $25 flat irons. And this works so much better. It makes your hair more smooth. It doesn't take as long. I feel like on the ones I've used, a more inexpensive one, and I'm sitting there like this over and over and over, and it never works the same. So a Chi flat iron is worth the money. Small little plug in there. A Chi hair dryer is also very worth the money. I think I have like 8 of my friends now using a Chi hair dryer. So I washed my hair last night. So when I woke up this morning, it was very, very clean. And that's a good thing, but also you don't want your hair too clean. It's not gonna hold curl when it's very smooth, very like silky. It's just gonna fall right out. So I separated my hair, but I sprayed this Kenra. This is the number 13 Kenra. So this is a medium spray hold. You don't want to spray the 25, which is the finishing spray. Thank you, Lindsay. These are my assistants.
Or this one.
You don't want to spray 25 in when you're curling it because it makes it too, that is a finishing spray, and it's gonna be too heavy, too thick. It's gonna weigh your hair down. And it will make it almost, when you pull the curl iron off, it's almost like
crunchy.
Yes. You should not have crunchy curls. That's not the goal.
And it'll show where your clip
Yes, it will.
Spray is
so 13 is a good way of getting a little bit of texture in your hair without it being crunchy hair. So I sprayed this before I curled it, and then I sprayed this after. I didn't like finish, I just kind of went all over just quickly. But this is also a texture spray that I sprayed. One day I'm going to paint my nails for these videos. I don't have time for that right now.
My nails are painted.
Thank you. It's the Kenra texture spray. So that's what I sprayed before I kind of finished it all over. And all of this gives your hair enough grip, but not too much. You don't, like we just talked about, you don't want crunchy hair.
Like yours is very soft.
You should still be able to move your fingers through your hair.
Yeah, yours is very soft.
Okay, so when I'm teasing my hair, I wanted this side tucked and this side to have more volume. So I use this comb, and I like when you can see that the teeth are long and short. I think that works much better. So it's 2 teeth are long and then it has a short one. I picked this up at Sally's. This is one that I keep in my kit all the time because I also can use this for separating the pieces out. I didn't take a ton of time to just go into major detail. You can just grab at the crown of your hair and tease. Sometimes I'll spray this when I pull it up, and that helps give you some grit at the root, but not a ton. So if you have product in your hair already, or you have a root lifting foam, a root lifting spray, you don't need to do this. But I sprayed it right here, and then more on this side, and just once on this side and tucked it. But you can also take it at the ends, and I just did like that, just to kind of fluff it, make it a little bit more piecey. And then you take this fun, my husband leaves the bathroom when I spray this because I really love hairspray.
I love how it
smells. And I just sprayed it all over, just to give it that. This is the 25 Super Hold Finishing Spray. But still with Kenra, even this one is not a thick, gluey type of hairspray.
It's still light.
It is a light, but it holds. So that's probably why Kenra sells so well, because typically you'll find a very good Super Hold hairspray and it's goopy, it's gluey.
Yeah.
You like pat your hair and there's a crunch.
Yeah.
And that shouldn't be how your hair should still move naturally. And like, if the wind blows, your hair should still move. It shouldn't just be stiff. No matter if you have an updo or it's down, you want a more piecey look. So that is one thing with Kimmer. All their hair products definitely hold and do the job without making your hair super thick.
Can you just show me like the movement? Because I've never tried it with a straightener. I've only ever used a curling iron or a wand.
Straightening
like,
curls.
how do you go about like?
I'm not sure why I said that. I was really excited about it. Okay. So another fun tip is you can actually practice curling your hair with a flat iron or a curling iron unplugged. Don't practice this plugged in. You'll fry your hair. You'll pull it off and there will be hair still sticking. What I typically do, I don't know if you can kind of see, is I would take it like this. Okay, so if you do just like this and pull it straight out,
yeah,
you're gonna have a ringlet curl.
Yeah.
That's not what you want.
Okay.
So if you do like this and kind of pull it down at an angle,
yeah,
that's when you get.
And you
the
literally
You don't do it again. You don't wrap it again.
Because some
you
people
only do it once.
I do like this, and I let it
and
fall.
twisted it again.
I let it pull.
So
through
it's
itself.
literally a bend. You probably went from like here to here, and that was it.
I just went like this. And there were some pieces in the back that I kept the curl all the way through. I let the end come all the way through because I didn't want it was too short and it would have just looked like a big lump right there.
Yeah.
But in the front, I left out about that much at the end. I don't know if you can see. Even with the flat iron, I still did that so that it would fall and it wouldn't go up like this. So yes, start it this way and pull it down. Don't pull it straight out like that. That's when you're gonna get a funny, funky, very tight
See, I thought you
curl.
had to wrap it like a whole turn. You only have to like.
I do once and I pull it down.
45.
I think that was my problem is when I tried it, like I would turn it and it would be leave a crease.
Yes.
Because I would be too slow to like
You have to move it pretty quick too. So you're here because a chi gets hot. You're here and you're just moving it. I mean, it's quick. It's almost quicker than
That's
a
good to
curling
know.
iron. So
Yeah, that's good to know. I will try that. Yeah, your hair looks really good. And that's like a perfect look too for a holiday party. I feel like.
Especially if you
Also,
like
I can do
wear
it.
a cute earring and tuck it.
Yeah, like you have.
you
have
can do
cute
a big earring and tuck it here. I do like to tuck this side and give this side more volume. I don't know, it's just the style I like right now. I haven't played enough with my hair being short to do more updos or half up or anything. I will play around with those and we'll show you some, but this is only a weekend, so.
Yeah.
My favorite look for holidays is a dramatic eye. I don't have lips to play up with the dark,
saying that.
with the dark
Yes, you
lips,
do.
so I'm like, let me give myself a dramatic eye. So I did that today, and I'm gonna show you some
Me too, it looks the same as it always does.
So a few things I feel like you have to have when you're doing a dark eye: good brushes, good primer, lashes to make it super dramatic, and a great eyeshadow palette. The eyeshadow palette that I used is this nasty
Beauty.
Sorry, that ring light is making it look real white. It's actually dirtier in person. It's Lorac.
It was a really pretty
Very
packaging at one
Right,
point.
that it just does that.
It does.
You cannot keep that
It
white.
matters what's on the inside.
That's right. Just like
So this is from Lorac. It is the Mega 3 Pro Palette. Love this palette so much. Let me show you some of the pretty colors. Some are missing, so I can't show you all of them. But what I did, I think what's super important is to build with a smoky eye. You start out light and then go a little darker and a little darker and a little darker. And usually eyeshadow palettes will have your lighter colors up top and then they go dark.
Do you start with your crease first?
I start with my crease first and I use a really big brush. So I have
Like
a with
this one?
me.
Lindsay is a really good assistant today.
This is great. She already got inside my head, knew what I was gonna say. Lynn's actually bought me a brush set from Sigma and I love the eyeshadow brushes. This one is E38 Diffused Crease and it's the biggest eyeshadow one that I have. So I use this one and I keep blending in the crease, back and forth, back and forth.
It's very important to blend.
Super. Oh gosh, I think that's the most important thing with the smoky eye. Please blend it out. There's nothing worse than having black to skin color or even sometimes white. Some people will put white. It's so, no one wants a harsh line. So the colors that I used, I started up here and started in my crease with tan, moved over, and violet gray is just a couple shades darker, and then I jumped down and then I used bark, and this actually is more of a brown, and this one is more of like a purpley brown. I know it sounds awful, but it's not. I kept working my way down and getting darker and darker and darker, and then black is licorice. With the smoky eye, I love for there to be like a variation in it, or like a lighter to dark, as long as there's a good blend. I'm not a fan of when someone does like black from inner to outer corner. I love there to be like some dimension to it, some different colors in there, as long as it's blended really well. So always make sure that you have really good brushes. All of mine are from Sigma, except my eyeliner brush. So I use these 3 from Sigma, 1 to blend, 1 to do the darker outer corner, and then this one to get inside my face too. Yes, yes. Numbers. So after I blended everything really well together, also go underneath the bottom of my eyelid with eyeshadow too. I'm not a fan of like just a liner under the bottom. I love to smudge it out.
Yeah. Do you have your waterline done today?
Yeah, so I did my waterline. I don't know if you can tell or not. So to kind of take your smoky eye and give it a little oomph, a little extra, line your water rim. And so this one is from Marc Jacobs. And it's the fine, isn't it called the fine tip one? Fine line. Because this is much smaller than like the regular eyeliner that they have. And just go in and line this waterline right here where your lashes are, and then do your bottom too. And I love Marc Jacobs too. They have a great eyeliner. I think it just like enhances and makes the smoky eye even darker when you go and do your waterline. That's what I used. Ooh, my gel liner that I used for the top of my lashes, the same one I used in the last video. That was the L'Oreal Infallible Gel. I love this. She's like so prepared. I love it. Yes. And the brush that I talked about last time using, this is from e.l.f. And this is what I was trying to explain. So it's got a pointed end and it's bent. And it's from e.l.f. and it's called the Angled Eyeliner Brush. And this is really great for applying the black gel eyeliner on your top lid. I kind of carried mine under the bottom of my, I don't know if you can see that, but I carried it all the way into the bottom, and then I smudged the two together just to blend. 2 other things that you have to have. I talked about primer, Smashbox 24-hour eyeshadow primer. That's my favorite. It's my go-to. I love it. I've used it for a while, and I've bought it several different times when I've run out. And then lashes. I feel like that takes your eyeshadow up a step. Obviously it's holiday, so you want it to be glamorous. You want it to be super extra, but you still want it to be pretty. And these are the lashes that'll do that. So I get them in a multi-pack, and they are the Wispies, not the Demi Wispies. These are the Wispies from Ardell, and I get them at Target.
Smaller? The Demis go out on the end, so they're longer on the ends.
They fan out. And these are pretty much all the way, now they're staggered, but they're a little bit longer in the center portion than they are on the outside.
That's what I like, they lift your eye up. Now if you want like a cat eye look,
Demis are really good for that.
Demis are good. And they fit everybody's eyes really good. Demis do.
But I think those are just things that, especially for the holidays, you want it to be a little bit more glamorous than you like a normal dark eye that you do. So line your inner rim. Wear fake eyelashes. So just take it up a notch.
Every time you can play with your makeup, play with your hair. Be a little bit more bold.
Be extra.
Her longer lashes.
You're allowed to.
For today's look, what I did was I went for a bolder lip, since that's more unusual for me to do. That's something I would do more for a party or for Christmas or the holidays. So this is how I created it. So the first thing you want to do if you're wearing a bold lip is to exfoliate your lips. There's nothing worse than a dry, crusty bold lip. What I do is, if I have a lip scrub, I'll use that. But if I don't, I just wet, like a washcloth, and just put it on my finger and just kind of, you know, exfoliate. Anyways, after I exfoliate my lips, then I put on like a lip balm. Not like a greasy lip balm, but like a solid lip balm. Does that make sense? And
like
I stick about that with like a stick. Okay. Yeah. I use that Sole de Janeiro one. I can't even say
Sole
it.
de Janeiro.
Yes, thank you.
Oh, I don't even know. You just gotta say it more confident.
Yes,
People
and
will
you
believe
said it all. I
That's
felt
the thing.
like you were Brazilian when you said that.
Well, you know, I got a little in me.
Did you watch it?
When she was bronzing, she turned into a Brazilian. I just kind of tap that into my lips, and then I do the rest of my makeup. And by then, like, your lip product has absorbed, so it's not greasy. If it's not absorbed, kind of blot it off on a napkin or something. So the first thing I do is I sharpen my lip pencil, and this is the Barley Brown. I think it's just red. Yep. Sorry.
It's red.
It's just red. And I love this. I'll show you a swatch of it. Let me move my bell sleeve first. I line the whole lip and then I kind of crisscross in the center. So where your like Cupid's bow is, like I kind of crisscross right there.
Yeah, almost like a
Then I take my lipstick, and this is a L'Oreal one. It's number 102, Madly in Love. And here's my tip. I don't like to spend a ton of money on a lipstick I wear a couple times a year. This is just one from Target, and I don't feel bad because I spent, you know, under $10 on it.
Could have been in our last video.
Yeah, exactly. So, and it's a matte. I like matte, but I don't like dry matte.
It's like a satin finish matte.
Yeah, it is. And it dries matte, but it doesn't like crack your lips. And then if there's any places I need to go back, this is just a concealer brush. It has a little bit of leftover concealer on it that I use for other places, and then I just kind of go around with that if I need to. So what I like to do when I wear a bold lip is I like to go like a nice like shimmery light eye. So what I did today was I used this Candy Johnson Too Faced palette, and I just put this cream puff color in my crease. It's just super light. And then I used whipped cream on my lid and to highlight with. It's also the highlighter I used on my cheeks today. And for my lid, I will dip my brush into the product, and then I will spray a few sprays of this onto my brush, and then I pack it onto my lid. And it just like enhances the color a little bit more.
That's cool.
So that's what I like to do.
I saw you do that at the last wedding. I meant to ask you what it was.
6+. So I love this, and also you can do your whole face with this. It's not really a setting spray, but if you look overly powdery or, I don't know, it just kind of, you can put this on and it just sort of like melds your makeup together. So
does it give like a dewy look, or is it just?
It can be, yeah. Like I like it using it more in the winter because my skin's more normal in the winter than it is oily. But yeah, I love it with highlighters or shadow on the lid. And you can even use your finger, like put your finger in the product, spray some of that on your finger, and then pack it on your lid. So super easy. My other favorite thing to do is for parties and stuff like this is that I use my big fluffy brush that I showed you in the last video. I dip it in here, and this is the Laura Geller Baked, and it's in Tahiti Glow or Tahitian Glow. And then I just like do my whole chest and neck with this. And I just think it knocks off the pale, though I'm still pretty pale.
Not as pale as me. I'll show for all those
Give people
pales.
some.
Yeah, I need something.
Here you go. You work on that.
I'm just dump it on top of myself.
So we are going to link all of the products that we use today. We're going to link those onto our Instagram. So if you want to know what they are, and I know we showed a lot of products today.
Yeah.
So if you want to refer back to that.
And we'll link name, brand, color, all that on our Instagram.
Yes. So it'll be easy
All the
for you to
specifics.
find.
All the details. And keep watching for more videos. They're coming. They're coming.
She'll be coming around the mountain.